What would you do if you saw a grown man attacking a teenage girl's car with a tire iron? Would you keep driving to avoid trouble? Or would you stop your vehicle and intervene? For 16-year-old Mia, frozen in fear at a Phoenix intersection, this wasn't a hypothetical question. Would you keep driving to avoid trouble? Or would you stop your vehicle and intervene? The asphalt of Interstate 10 in Phoenix, Arizona, was hot enough to fry an egg. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the temperature had hit a blistering 110 degrees. Heat waves rose from the blacktop, distorting the air like a funhouse mirror. The smell of melting tar and exhaust fumes was suffocating. In the middle of this concrete oven sat a tiny, beat-up silver sedan. Behind the wheel was Mia. Mia was 16 years old and had only possessed her learner's permit for 3 weeks. She was dressed in an oversized yellow hoodie, her comfort hoodie, which she wore despite the heat because it made her feel safe. Her knuckles were white as she gripped the steering wheel at 10 and 2. A bright yellow magnet on her bumper read, "Student driver, please be patient." She was trying to navigate the complex intersection to get to her piano lesson, but her old car's transmission was finicky. Come on, she whispered, adjusting her glasses. The light turned green. Mia tried to accelerate. She let off the clutch too fast. The car jerked forward violently, shuddered, and died. Click. Silence. She had stalled. Right in the middle of the intersection. Behind her, a horn blasted. It wasn't a polite beep. It was a long, aggressive roar. Looming in her rear-view mirror was a massive, lifted black pickup truck. The driver was Tank. Tank was a man who looked like he ate gunpowder for breakfast. He was in his 40s, bald, wearing aviator sunglasses and a tight black muscle tank top that showed off his sunburned arms. Tank didn't have patience. He had rage. "Move it," Tank screamed, leaning out his window. Mia's hand shook. She tried to restart the car. The engine wheezed but didn't catch. She flooded it. I'm sorry," she cried, though he couldn't hear her. Tank didn't wait for the light to cycle. He slammed his truck into park and threw his door open. He stepped out into the heat, grabbing something from under his seat, a rusty tire iron. He marched toward Mia's car like a soldier going to war. Mia saw him coming. She locked her doors, pulling her yellow hood up over her head as if to hide. Tank swung the tire iron and shattered. "A rear taillight. You think this is a game?" Tank roared, walking to the driver's side window. He tapped the iron against the glass. Tap, tap. "Get out of the car. You don't belong on the road." Mia screamed, curling into a ball. "Please. It stalled. I'm sorry." Tank raised the tire iron high, aiming for the driver's window. Mia squeezed her eyes shut, waiting for the glass to explode in her face. She was a child, trapped in a metal box, being hunted by a grown man. Cars in the other lanes drove by slowly. People stared. Some filmed with their phones, but nobody stopped. They saw the tire iron. They saw the rage. The bystander effect kept them moving, safe in their air-conditioned bubbles. Mia felt completely alone, abandoned by the world. If your heart breaks for this injustice, if you believe that we must protect our young drivers from bullies like this, please take a moment right now to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's make the roads safer together. Tank prepared to swing. But then, a sound louder than a bomb blast shook his chest. Honk! It was the air horn of an 18-wheeler. And it was close. Tank froze. He looked up. 3 massive semi-trucks had pulled up behind his pickup. They didn't just stop. They coordinated. One blocked the left lane. One blocked the right. And the lead truck pulled within inches of Tank's bumper. He was boxed in. The air brakes hissed. The doors of the trucks opened in unison. Out stepped the highway kings. There were 3 of them. They were big men, built from years of hauling heavy loads across the country. They wore matching red and black flannel shirts, heavy work boots, and trucker caps. The leader, a man named Big Red, carried a heavy steel wrench. Tank lowered his tire iron, his confidence wavering. This is none of your business. Big Red didn't shout. He walked calmly toward Tank, his boots heavy on the asphalt. His two friends flanked him. "You're making it our business," Big Red said. His voice was deep and rumbling. "That's a little girl, and that's a student driver sticker." Tank took a step back, sweating. She stalled. She's blocking traffic." "So you attack her?" Big Red stepped closer. He towered over Tank. "You feel big with that tire iron, huh? You feel strong scaring a kid." Tank looked at the three truckers. Then he looked at the line of cars stopped behind the trucks. He realized he wasn't the predator anymore. He was the prey. "Drop it," Big Red said, pointing to the tire iron. Tank dropped it. It clattered on the hot asphalt. "Now," Big Red pointed to the shattered taillight, "you're going to pick up every piece of that plastic. And then you're going to apologize." The tough guy in the black tank top looked small. He bent down, his face red with shame, picking up the red shards of plastic. He walked to Mia's window. Mia rolled it down an inch, still shaking in her yellow hoodie. "I'm sorry," Tank mumbled. "I lost my temper." Louder, the other truckers growled. "I'm sorry," Tank yelled. "I'll pay for the light." Big Red nodded. "Get in your truck. If we see you tailgating anyone else, we have your license plate. We're on the radio. Every trucker from here to Texas will know who you are." Tank scrambled into his truck and reversed awkwardly, peeling away in shame. Big Red turned to Mia. His scary face softened. "You okay, darling?" I can't start the car," Mia sobbed. "I'm shaking too much." "That's all right," Big Red smiled. "My boys will block traffic. Take a breath. Turn the key. We got your back." With three 18-wheelers guarding her like a fortress, Mia took a breath. She turned the key. The car started. Mia made it to her lesson that day. But she learned something more important than piano. She learned that while there are bullies on the road, there are also kings. Those truckers didn't have to stop. They were on a schedule. Time is money. But they knew that protecting a child was worth more than any delivery. So, I have to ask, if you were driving by and saw a tank raising that tire iron, what would you have done? Would you have stopped? Or would you have kept driving? Let us know in the comments. And remember, drive kind. Thanks for watching.